Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered why some people choose to walk alone in life, especially a woman with no friends? It's not always because she wants to, but often because the people around her fail to match the depth of her soul. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. A woman who chooses solitude is not running from the world. She is finding her strength, her purpose, and her power within herself. In a society that glorifies social connections and large circles of friends, a woman who stands alone is often misunderstood. You pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too. That's a part of it. Walking alone takes courage. It's not about rejecting relationships or isolating oneself, but about understanding that true strength and validation come from within, not from the opinions of others. A self-sufficient woman doesn't rely on a network of friends to define her worth. She understands that quality always outweighs quantity. If you hang around with chickens, you're going to cluck, and if you hang around with eagles, you're going to fly. This isn't about being arrogant or dismissive. It's about valuing authenticity over superficiality. Such a woman embraces solitude as a tool for personal growth. She stands firm in her values, her beliefs, and her vision for life, unshaken by the judgments of others. She knows that independence isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving, guided by her own inner compass. Don't aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. This is not a story of loneliness, but one of empowerment, a celebration of the unshakable strength of a woman who chooses to walk her own path. The power of independence and self-reliance. In a world that often measures a person's worth by their connections, a truly independent woman stands as a powerful exception. She doesn't rely on a network of friends to define her value. Instead, she understands that her strength comes from within, a foundation built on experience, resilience, and unshakable confidence. This isn't just a survival mechanism, it's a way of thriving in a world that often glorifies dependency. Independence for a woman is not just about making decisions or standing alone. It's about mastering the art of self-reliance. It's about trusting her instincts when the world doubts her and finding clarity in her own voice amidst the noise of societal expectations. An independent woman knows that the relationships she chooses to nurture add value to her life, but they don't complete her. Her worth is something she defines for herself, something deeply personal and non-negotiable. There is an incredible power in this mindset. It allows her to face challenges without falling apart when support is absent. When life gets tough, she doesn't crumble, she adapts, drawing from the deep well of strength she has cultivated through her experiences. This strength isn't handed to her overnight. It's forged in the fire of adversity, shaped by every success and every failure. As the saying goes, smooth seas never made a skilled sailor. Similarly, independence is crafted through trials, through moments when she had no one to rely on but herself. Emotionally, this journey isn't always easy. There are moments of doubt, loneliness, and fear, yet these moments are not signs of weakness, but opportunities for growth. They remind her that her resilience is her greatest asset. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. An independent woman knows that while the road may be difficult, it is hers to navigate, and every step forward is a testament to her inner strength. Independence also gives her the freedom to form relationships from a place of balance and mutual respect. Unlike dependency, where one person leans on another for validation, an independent woman engages with others because she values them, not because she needs them. This dynamic creates stronger, healthier connections, relationships that are built on choice rather than necessity. One of the most beautiful aspects of independence is how it redefines success. For an independent woman, success is not about meeting external expectations or conforming to societal norms. It's about aligning her actions with her values and living authentically. She doesn't follow trends or seek approval. She listens to her own voice, trusting it to guide her in the right direction. This alignment brings a sense of fulfillment that no external validation can match. The lesson here is universal. Independence is not about rejecting people or isolating oneself. It's about building a foundation so strong that no external force can shake it. It's about knowing that even if the world turns its back, you have everything you need within yourself to keep moving forward. To every woman striving for independence, know this: your strength is not defined by the people around you, but by the courage within you to walk your own path. And that courage, it's what makes you unstoppable. Quality over quantity in relationships. While many chase the validation of large social circles, a wise woman prioritizes depth and meaning. She understands that a handful of genuine connections can enrich her life far more than a crowd of superficial acquaintances. This isn't about exclusivity, it's about intentionality, curating a circle of people who truly care, who are loyal, and who stand by her in moments of both triumph and struggle. Relationships are often viewed as a numbers game. Social media feeds us this illusion every day. The more followers, the better. But a woman who values quality understands a profound truth. Numbers don't equate to emotional nourishment. True friendship isn't about how many people are around you at a party. It's about who will answer your call in the middle of the night when you're at your lowest. As the saying goes, a friend to all is a friend to none. In her small circle, there's trust, mutual respect, and unwavering support. These are the people who celebrate her success without envy and stand by her during challenges without hesitation. They are the ones who provide honest advice, even when it's hard to hear, because their concern is rooted in love, not judgment. This depth of connection is rare but invaluable. Emotionally, choosing quality over quantity in relationships allows her to feel seen and heard in ways that superficial interactions never could. It's exhausting to maintain large, shallow connections that lack authenticity. A meaningful bond, on the other hand, requires effort but rewards tenfold. These relationships are like deep wells, offering consistent support and refreshment, while superficial ones are fleeting, evaporating the moment things get tough. This approach to relationships also fosters self-respect. By choosing only those who add value to her life, she sets boundaries that protect her time, energy, and emotional well-being. She isn't afraid to let go of connections that feel transactional or toxic. This isn't arrogance, it's self-preservation. A woman who values herself refuses to settle for relationships that drain her or leave her questioning her worth. From a practical perspective, quality relationships are a source of strength in life's unpredictable storms. It's in times of adversity that the true worth of a connection is revealed. Who stands by you when the applause dies down? Who lifts you when you stumble? A small circle of meaningful relationships offers stability and resilience that no amount of surface-level acquaintances could ever provide. The lesson here is simple yet profound. Relationships should be measured not by how many people you know, but by how deeply you connect with the few who matter. This is not about exclusivity or isolation. It's about cultivating bonds that nourish your soul and uplift your spirit. To the woman who chooses depth over breadth, remember this: the strength of your relationships lies not in their number, but in their authenticity. And those few who stand beside you, they are more than enough. Independence and freedom from seeking validation. For a truly independent woman, it is simply a way of life. She doesn't mold herself to fit societal expectations or chase after approval from others. Her sense of self-worth is not dictated by how many people admire her, but by her own achievements and personal growth. This freedom from external validation isn't just liberating, it's empowering. Living without the need for approval is not about rejecting people or isolating oneself. It's about understanding that validation from others is fragile, temporary, and often meaningless. A woman who builds her confidence from within knows that external praise is like a passing breeze. It feels good for a moment, but cannot sustain her. Instead, she anchors her worth in something deeper: her values, her hard work, and her journey of growth. This mindset allows her to focus on what truly matters. She doesn't waste time trying to impress others or conforming to societal standards. She doesn't feel the need to share every accomplishment or prove herself constantly. Instead, she works in silence, letting her results speak for themselves. As the saying goes, work hard in silence, let your success be your noise. Emotionally, this independence is transformative. It shields her from the insecurities that come with relying on others for validation. She doesn't crumble under criticism or inflate with praise because she knows her value doesn't fluctuate based on what others think. This steadiness creates a sense of peace, allowing her to focus on her goals and live authentically. However, this path isn't always easy. Society often pressures us to fit into predefined molds and rewards those who seek approval. A woman who breaks free from this cycle might feel misunderstood or even judged. But she understands that true strength lies in staying true to herself, not in meeting the expectations of others. Don't aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. Her purpose isn't to be liked, but to live a life of meaning and impact. Practically speaking, living without the need for validation gives her the freedom to take risks and make bold decisions. She isn't paralyzed by the fear of failure or judgment. She knows that mistakes are part of growth and doesn't shy away from challenges. This mindset not only makes her resilient, but also unstoppable in pursuing her dreams. The lesson here is profound. Independence isn't just about being self-reliant. It's about defining your worth on your terms. A woman who doesn't seek validation is free to live authentically, unapologetically, and with purpose. Her strength comes not from the opinions of others, but from the quiet confidence that she is enough just as she is. For anyone striving to break free from the need for approval, remember this: your worth isn't something others can give you. It's something you carry within. And when you own that truth, you become unshakable. Personal growth and self-improvement. For a woman committed to personal growth and self-improvement, time alone is not something to fear, but something to embrace. Solitude becomes her sanctuary, a space where she can focus on herself, nurture her mind, and refine her goals. It is in this quiet that she discovers clarity, strength, and a deeper understanding of her purpose. Personal growth begins with self-awareness, and self-awareness requires moments of stillness. A woman who dedicates time to being alone doesn't view it as loneliness, but as an opportunity to reconnect with herself. In the absence of external noise, she can ask the big questions. What truly matters to me? What do I want to achieve? What kind of person do I want to become? These are not questions that can be answered in haste or in the midst of distractions. They require patience, reflection, and honesty. Solitude also gives her the chance to nurture self-care, not just in a superficial sense, but on a much deeper level. She learns to care for her mind, body, and soul. She sets boundaries, ensuring that her energy is preserved for the things and people that align with her values. She engages in activities that enrich her spirit, reading, journaling, meditating, or simply walking in nature. These moments aren't just indulgences, they are investments in her well-being and her future. Emotionally, solitude builds resilience. By spending time alone, she learns to face her fears and insecurities head-on. She doesn't seek constant reassurance from others because she's learned to validate herself. This self-reliance creates a sense of stability that allows her to handle life's challenges with grace. She becomes her own source of comfort, strength, and encouragement. Solitude also fuels her ambitions. Without the distractions of the outside world, she can focus intently on her goals. Whether it's advancing her career, learning a new skill, or pursuing a passion, she uses her alone time to make measurable progress. In a society that glorifies busyness and external validation, this focus sets her apart. She's not working to impress others. She's working to fulfill her own potential. The beauty of solitude is that it aligns her actions with her values. She's not living for others' expectations, but for her own sense of purpose. By stepping back from the noise, she gains the clarity needed to prioritize what truly matters. She sets goals that are meaningful to her and takes deliberate steps toward achieving them. The lesson is clear. Solitude is not a void to be filled, but a canvas on which to paint the life you want. It's a gift that allows for introspection, growth, and transformation. For a woman dedicated to self-improvement, solitude is not just a state of being. It's a tool, a teacher, and a path to becoming the best version of herself. So if you find yourself alone, embrace it. Use the quiet not to dwell on what's missing, but to focus on what's possible, because in the stillness, you can find not only yourself, but the strength to grow into everything you're meant to be. Freedom and living authentically. It's the freedom to break away from expectations and create a life that reflects your values, goals, and individuality. For a woman who chooses this path, there's no need to chase attention or seek validation from others. She understands that true fulfillment comes from living in alignment with her own truth, not someone else's vision of success. Living authentically means defining your own values and refusing to compromise them for the sake of pleasing others. It's about knowing who you are and what matters most to you. This clarity allows her to make decisions that resonate with her inner compass, even if they deviate from what society deems acceptable or popular. As Brené Brown so aptly puts it, authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. This kind of freedom doesn't mean life becomes easy. In fact, choosing authenticity often requires immense courage. It means saying no to opportunities that don't align with your goals, setting boundaries that protect your peace, and standing firm in your beliefs, even when they're unpopular. It's about having the strength to walk your own path, regardless of who's watching or not watching. Emotionally, this freedom brings a sense of peace and satisfaction that no amount of external validation can provide. When a woman lives authentically, she's no longer trapped in the exhausting cycle of trying to meet other people's expectations. She stops asking, "What do they think of me?" and starts asking, "Am I proud of who I am?" This shift allows her to focus her energy on what truly matters: her personal growth, her relationships, and her dreams. Living authentically also fosters deeper, more meaningful connections with others. When she's true to herself, she attracts people who resonate with her values and energy. These relationships are built on mutual respect and shared understanding rather than superficial approval. By being real, she gives others the courage to do the same, creating a ripple effect of authenticity in her circle. But perhaps the most profound gift of living authentically is the freedom to shape her life on her own terms. She's not bound by the opinions of others or the pressure to conform. Instead, she wakes up each day knowing that her choices are her own, guided by her values and fueled by her purpose. This freedom allows her to embrace both her strengths and imperfections, knowing that they are all part of her unique journey. The lesson is clear. Living authentically isn't about defying the world. It's about aligning with yourself. It's about embracing the freedom to be who you are and creating a life that reflects your true essence. For anyone seeking this path, remember, the most liberating freedom is the freedom to live as your authentic self. So stop trying to fit into molds that don't serve you. Be bold, be real, and let your life be a testament to the power of authenticity. Because when you live true to yourself, you don't just survive, you protecting peace and energy. For a woman who values her well-being, setting boundaries is not just a choice, it's a necessity. She understands that her energy is finite and precious, and she refuses to let negativity or unnecessary chaos disrupt her inner balance. Protecting her peace isn't about isolation, it's about creating an environment where she can thrive, stay grounded, and live authentically. Setting boundaries starts with self-awareness. A woman who protects her peace recognizes the situations, relationships, and habits that drain her energy. She learns to say no without guilt, understanding that saying no to others is often a way of saying yes to herself. This isn't selfish, it's an act of self-preservation. As the saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. By preserving her energy, she ensures that she has the capacity to give her best to the things and people that truly matter. One of the most challenging aspects of setting boundaries is dealing with the reactions of others. Society often equates availability with kindness and selflessness, but a woman who prioritizes her peace knows that constant availability leads to burnout. She doesn't shy away from uncomfortable conversations or disappointing others if it means protecting her mental and emotional health. This takes courage, but it's courage rooted in self-respect. She knows that her peace is worth more than temporary approval from others. Emotionally, this commitment to protecting her energy creates a sense of stability. It allows her to maintain clarity and focus, free from the emotional turbulence that negativity can bring. She becomes selective about the people she surrounds herself with, choosing those who uplift, support, and inspire her. Toxic relationships, those that bring drama, manipulation, or unnecessary stress, are simply not given a place in her life. This dedication to preserving peace also fosters resilience. When she's not weighed down by unnecessary negativity, she has the capacity to handle life's inevitable challenges with grace and strength. Her energy is directed toward growth, healing, and achieving her goals rather than being drained by the demands of others or the chaos of the world. Practically, protecting her peace involves small but powerful habits. She creates routines that nurture her well-being, whether it's through mindfulness, exercise, or simply taking time to rest. She understands the importance of recharging her energy, knowing that it's the foundation of her happiness and productivity. The lesson here is clear. Protecting your peace is not a luxury. It's a necessity for living a balanced and fulfilling life. By setting boundaries and guarding her energy, she creates space for what truly matters. So to the woman who values her peace, know that your energy is sacred. Protect it fiercely. Surround yourself with people and habits that bring joy, not chaos. Because when you guard your peace, you don't just survive, you thrive in a world that desperately needs your light. A woman with no friends is not defined by what she lacks, but by the strength she possesses. Her journey is not one of loneliness, but one of resilience, growth, and self-discovery. In a world that often equates social circles with self-worth, she defies the narrative by finding fulfillment within herself. She understands that true connection begins with a deep relationship with her own values, goals, and purpose. This woman doesn't view her solitude as a void, but as an opportunity. It's a space where she learns, grows, and builds a life on her terms. She doesn't rely on external validation to feel complete because she knows her worth is inherent. It's not something others can give or take away. Her strength lies in her ability to walk alone with dignity, knowing that the path she forges is uniquely her own. Her story is a reminder that independence is not a weakness, but a profound strength. She teaches us that it's okay to stand apart, to prioritize quality over quantity in relationships, and to trust in our ability to navigate life's challenges. To To the woman with no friends, your power lies within, and that is more than enough. Keep walking your path. It's where your true greatness resides.